Hi, my name is Mohammad Asif, and in this video I will build a desktop application for an internet provider using Windows Form. After today's video you will be able to design any type of software system using Windows Form, and we will build logics to send data between different forms. So the desktop application for internet provider will consist of these four functionalities: add internet package, add user, update user, payment, and search user. These are the forms. This is the first form, the dashboard form. The dashboard form will consist of all the buttons for one button for add package, the other one is for the user, add user, the third one is for update user format, and there will be one more button for search user. The functionality of the search user for now is only to display a message box showing that the functionality is not implemented yet. We can add package details using the add package form, and the add user form will be used to add new user. The fourth and last form, update user payment, will be used to update the user payment information. We will only implement the functionality that is possible without database connection. I have wrote the field names for each of the forms. For the add package form, we will use a submit package button, and name field, monthly fees, data volume, and speed input fields. So I am using Visual Studio 2018. Create a new project using Windows Form app. Click on next and select the project name, Internet Provider. Click on the create button. So when we first create Windows Form application, it includes one form by default. We will later add more forms to complete our application. As the form 1 will be used for the dashboard functionality, so right click on the form and click on the rename option. Rename it to dashboard. Press enter and select yes to change the name everywhere. Resize, you can resize the window by dragging from the edges of the form. Okay, you can set the background color and background image for the form. I am using background color web and the snow color. To change the title of the form, scroll down in the properties panel and change the text from form 1 to dashboard. After this, now I will add title of the form here at the top. Click on the label and click anywhere in the form area. Change the label to anything. Dashboard. For the text font, I will use copper font and text size 24 for the title. First, we will need to add 4 buttons on the dashboard. The button for add package, add user, update user, payment, and search user. We need to add 4 buttons. Click on the button and click anywhere in the form. For the button, you can style the button using the properties panel. The first button text is add package. As you can see that the full text of the button is not visible because the button has not enough area to have all the text. So we will resize the button. Click on the size of the button to resize it. I will resize it to something 250 and 42. For the button background, I will use orange red color. The button text color will be white and the font is copper, and for the button font size I will use 18. On the similar way we can add the next three buttons. I have added all the four buttons. Now align the buttons by dragging the button to the desired position. Now we will add the functionality of the buttons one by one. So when we click on the add package button, it will open another form to add the package details. For that we will first need to add a new form. Click on the project option here and then add form. Select Windows form and then rename the form to add package. Click on add button. Resize the form. Change the back color for the form to snow. Add the title of the form in a label. Add package. Now for the add package form we need to add 4 fields and a submit button. The 4 fields are name, monthly fees, data volume and speed. For the 4 fields I will first add labels of the fields, then we can add the input fields one by one in the form of text box. For the label 1 it is package name. Change the font to copper 18. For the next field, I will copy the first one to keep the same style and paste it. Now we will add text box to get user inputs. We have added all the four fields. Rename the fields that will be used as a variable in the backend. The first field name will be package, pkg name, package name. The second field is monthly fees, package fee. Third one is volume, package volume. And the fourth one is speed, package speed. After that, we need to add a submit button. After clicking on the submit button, the information will be stored in variables, in a list variables that we can use in the second form. So this add package form is complete. Now we will add code to the add package button to open the add package form. To add the code, double click on the add package button, and here we want to open the add package form. So write the code new, the name of the form, which is add package, and to display the form, function show function is used. So Save the code and back to the dashboard, debug and run the form. Now when we click on the add package, it opens the second form. Currently we have not added any backend code to the add package, so the submit package button will not work. Now back to the add package form. First of all, I want that no field should be empty when we click on the submit button. For that, double click on the submit package button. After that, for that we will first store the fields, these fields in a variable, in a string variable. So this string, first string will be string name, package name. This is the field name that I have added for all the fields. The field name here, package name. We can use this in the backend to get the input field value. Name.text. Now this will fetch the input, whatever input we enter in the package name field. This will fetch the input and store it in the name variable. The second one is piece. So we have stored all the input data from the four fields in local variables. Now I say that if name.string is string.empty. Now what does this line mean? To trim the text, it means to ignore the empty spaces and check whether after trimming the input field characters, whether the result is empty or not. So if the result is empty, we will display a message that no field can be empty after clicking on the submit button. So we will display a message box, message box dot show, and here we can write the message. The message is no field can be empty, and the title of the message, here we can write title of the message is error. Let's check. So we click on add package and I am leaving it empty. Click on the submit button. The if code is running and here is title of the message box is error and the text is no field can be empty. We will do the same for the next three fields. Or fees.trim equal to string.empty. Likewise for the volume.trim is double equal to string.empty. Or speed.trim double equal to string.empty. So if any field is left empty, then this message will be displayed. If no field is empty, else. If If no field is empty, then we need to store all this information in some variable so that we can use the information in the next form of add users. For that, I will declare variables to store the information. We don't know the number of inputs by the user. The user can submit this information 1 time, 10 times, and any number of times. Therefore, we will add a list type variable that can store any number of variables. String, a list string. This is a list of string type, and the first one is the package name equal to new list string. So we have declared the list string variable and also initiated the list string variable. On the same way, we will create 3 more list strings. Package fees, package volume, and the last one is package speed. So here we will store the name in this list type and fees variable in the package fees list type. It will dynamically create fees variables. So why we have not used array and we are using list? Because we don't know the number of inputs. A user can add any number of packages. Therefore, we are using the data type of list. So here, no, I want to store the name variable in the list of pname. To store this string, we need to pname dot add name. Pname is the list which is global for this form, and then the name is the function local variable. We are fetching the input from the text box and storing it in the name, and then we are adding the name into the list variable. So next is package fees dot add fees. Next is package volume dot add volume. Next is package fee dot add speed. After that, after storing the variables, I want to display a message that the record is successfully added. So I will display the message in a message box dot show. So here I will print the name of the user plus is successfully added, and title of the message box is success. Let's run the application. I am clicking on the add, input anything and left a field empty, and it will display the error message that no field can be empty. After that, let's add a package package 1 monthly fee is anything, data volume and data speed. Click on the submit button and the name of the package is package 1. So here is its name, package 1 is successfully added and the message box title is success. Okay. So our first functionality is completed of add package button. You should be able to write the submit package name, data volume and speed. So the second button is add user button. You should be able to fill name, surname, contact number, email ID, address and subscription date using calendar. Windows Form provide default calendar controls, so we don't need to worry about this requirement. You should also be able to select a package from a drop down that contains all packages that we have added previously. And after saving the user, a message box should appear to welcome the new user. So we will fetch all the packages that we have added in the add package form. We will fetch all these packages in this form, add user form. And the add user form has name, surname, contact number, email ID, address and subscription date. It has 6 input fields. For the next functionality, first of all, we will need to add a form. Click on the project and then add form. Select Windows Form. Rename the form to add user. Press enter. After that, resize the form on the similar way that we have done for the last forms. Add title of the form in label. We are using copper font with font size 24 for the title. We need to add 6 labels here. The first one is for the username, so I will write its name, and the label font is copper and font size is 18. We will copy this label and paste it 6 times. Actually 5 times because we have already added one field. We have added all the labels. Now we will add the text boxes one by one. The last field will be of subscription date. So for the subscription date, I will add calendar. Here is the month calendar. We can add the month calendar here. And click on the month calendar and drag it to anywhere in the form. So the first one is name, the second field is surname. So change the text to surname. The third field is contact number. Or simply contact number. Drag it up it to the right side. After that, we will add the email ID. Address. Now the address field will be consist of multiple lines because we can add the address in multiple lines. To make the text box multiple line, click on this icon on the text box and check the multi-line option. After checking the multi-line option, we can drag it. We can change the height of the box. If you do not check this multi-line option, then we cannot change the height of the input box. And for the calendar label, the field name is subscription date. Note that I have not changed the names for the text boxes because for this example we will not store the add user information in database, neither we will use this information in another form because it is not in the requirements. We will store this information in database in our next example. For now we will fetch the information from the add packages. We will fetch all the packages name here. So for that I will use a combo box. The combo box font size is the same. It is font is copper and font size 14. Now in the combo box we will fetch the packages. So add the placeholder for the combo box in the text property of the box. Text property, right, select a package, and after that there we need to add a button. The button text is add. Font is copper 18. Font color white. And the button background color is orange red. I want to open this form after clicking on the add user. So we will do the same as we did for the add package. Write new add user dot show. After writing this, run the application and click on add user. It has opened the form. Add button is not working currently. and the packages are not there, we will write a code to fetch the packages from the add package form. So to fetch the packages, double click on the select packages. Now we want to fetch the packages as soon as we load the form. If you write the code here, it will fetch the packages whenever the text is changed, whenever the index is changed in the combo box. To run the code as soon as we load the form, we need to write the code in at the start of the add user class. To load the code as soon as the form is loaded, we need to add the code before initializing the component. So before this function we need to add the code. Now in order to fetch the packages, this is the add package form. We have created the list type of variables and they stored all the information of the packages. We want to fetch the package name of the add package in the add user. For that, we will use public static. Public means that we can access this variable outside of this function, and the static means that we would not need to create an instance of this class in order to use the list type variable. You will understand better after writing the code. So here I want to create another list type object and which will clone this variable, package name variable. So I am declaring list string and packages equal to new list string, and instead of leaving it empty, I will pass the variable of the add packages form. Here, instead of leaving it empty, I will pass the add packages form variable here, and it will clone the variable in our local packages list. To call the variable, first we will write the form name. Form name is add package or class name. The class name and the form name is the same. Add package dot. So the variable name is pname. Note that here only the pname is displaying because only the package name is public static. We cannot call the other variables. In order to call the other variable, we would need to add the public static property to the variables. Package name. So it has successfully cloned the package name in our local variable of packages. After that, now I want to traverse this local variable of packages and to add the list data in our combo box. For that, first note down the name of the combo box. The name of the combo box is combo box 1, or we can rename it to package. Back here, and first we will need to traverse the list. To traverse the list, we will use the for each loop, and for each string package in packages For each package in the packages variable, we need the package pkg. Package means the combo box dot items, package dot items dot add. What you want to add is the package. Now it will traverse the packages list and add all the packages in the combo box. Let's run the application and check. First we will need to add package. For example, I add any name. The package is added. Then click on add users. Okay, it is giving an error. Okay, pkg is null because the pkg is not called yet. So here we have a mistake. This code will be run only after initializing the component. So this code we will run the code after initializing the component. Cut this from here and paste it after initialization of the component. So it will first fetch the package's name variable and store it in a local variable of list. Then initialize the component. After the initialization, it add the packages to the combo box. Again run the application and I hope that this time it will not give any error. Add the package name any. So here we have the package ASDF. We can add more packages. Package 222 monthly fees any. Click on submit package. The package is added. Then click on add user and check the packages are fetching successfully. So the requirement of this form, add users form, is almost completed. We only need to display a message that the user is successfully added. But for that you can implement the functionality that no field can be empty on the similar way as we have added in the add packages form. I am not checking the field name here, just adding the function to the add button to display a message that the user is successfully added. To display the message box.show successfully added, and the title of the message box is success. So the add user functionality is completed. After that we need a form for the update user. The update user functionality is to update user. No, it is not update user, it is update user payment, because the input field is small, therefore the payment is not showing, payment keyword is not showing. So I am resizing the buttons to align. Okay, update user payment. For the update user payment functionality, we will first need to add form. Project add forms, Windows form, and rename the form. Rename the form to update user payment. resize the form on the similar way as we did for the previous forms. You can change the color to snow. Add title of the form. Font and font size is 24 for the title. Okay, for the update user payment button, a field to input user ID and fetch button should be there. After clicking fetch button, just show a message box saying user is not present. So you need just one input box. For the input box, first we will add label of the input box or text box. The label is user ID. Change the font to copper 18 and after that add text box. Change the font of the text box to copper 14. And we need to add a button. Let's align it a bit above. We need to add a button of fetching the user. So here is fetch. Change the background color of the button to orange red and font to copper 18. The font color to white. Now for this functionality we will need database connection, therefore we are just adding a functionality. When user click on the fetch button, it will display a message that the user is not present. So here we will display a message box dot show user is not present and the title is not present. You can leave the title empty. It is not compulsory to add the title of the message box. User is not present. So the user update user payment form will be displayed after clicking on this button. So double click on the button and write the code new update user payment dot show. Let's run the application and check whether. Click on the update user and add any user ID. Click on the fetch button. It will display user is not present, and note that the title is not there because we have not added title of the message box. The last functionality of the form is to search for user, which is not yet implemented. So we will not add any form, and we will not add any form for the search user. We will learn advanced searching using database connection with the C# Windows Form application later in the C# video series. For now, I will add a message box for the search user that will display that the functionality is not yet implemented. The functionality is not yet implemented. The functionality is not yet implemented, and the title of the message box is under development. The application is completed. You can run the application to check all the functionalities. Search user, the functionality is not yet implemented. Add package. I will add packages 3G. The first package is 3G package. Monthly fees I am charging 400, only 400 Pakistani rupees, and data volume is 40 GB. Package speed is 30 MB per second. Submit package 3G is successfully added. After that, we also provide 4G services only for 800 rupees, and the volume is 150. So this package is very good for all of us. The package speed is 60 MB per second. Wow. And the next package is 5G. Monthly fees is only 1000, and the speed is this. Data volume is this, and speed is this. Submit package. Okay. After that, add user and check whether the packages are fetching from the previous form 3G, 4G, and 5G. You can select date, subscription date of the user, update user payment, add anything in the ID, and click on fetch user is not present. Search user, the functionality is not yet implemented. We will learn database connection in the next C# video series using practical examples. You can learn things better by trying the different properties, different options yourself. Explore different options in the properties and controls. It will help you to remember the things. If you have any questions, suggestions, you can share in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will meet in the next C# videos.